But thank you all. What? All right, I'm sorry for muting all your subs. Resilient, Double X, my lord, you're beautiful. I had to do it for the joke. Gifting 5 subs each. Hello, Mr. Saturn's Cryohazard, Lambda Project, Cobra Samurai, North Store, Chris Weed Piano, Whimsical Moose, Boss Cog, Chargoff, Narfwhack, of course, Simcopter, Gangster Gaming, Cosmic Anomaly, King of Wales, Ammo, Alpha Prime, Blue Man Z, the AJ, Shocker, Hetero Corgi, all of you, welcome. Glad to have you. Such epic menu music, I know. Normally I'd spend more time with each of your messages, but we'll get to that in a while, okay? Let's take a look at what's new. I have not played this 1 minute. I was saving myself for chat, okay? I wanted to make sure that everything I got to experience new for the first time, I got to do it with you guys. We played a close to 150-hour campaign in Crusader Kings 2. We just concluded that about a month ago. We didn't make it all the way to the end of the line there, but I was
stream is sponsored by viewers like Error.
But I was really happy with what we were able to do. We started as Denmark. The short version of the story, and actually we didn't start as Denmark, we started as Vestergotland. We ended as the Empire of Denmark, sweeping over all of Italy, somehow becoming the most powerful Catholic nation in the entire world, and also taking Egypt through the power of crusades. Why? You guys are losing it. A Nexus with another $50.
This stream is sponsored by viewers like Error.
Why? I don't know. All right, are you done? Level 5 hype train. Thank you all. God, so much money and such generosity. I did a sponsor stream so that you didn't have to do all that. Not that you would have anyways. But thank you, Anexis, Headless, and iZephyr. Welcome aboard. Lots of subs and beats. Super appreciated. Now, Despacito, listen as I take on the next task, which is choosing a new faction. Something that will surpass the old. Now, it looks like at the beginning you get multiple timelines, so it's interesting. I don't think 867 was not in vanilla Crusader Kings 2. So we do get to go all the way back to a similar era, only a couple years removed. Or did it start in 867 in CK2? It may have. But I thought it was like 869. Maybe it was 867. I can't remember. Anyway, we can go all the way back to that and start. And there's 3 different periods, or 3 different groups that they kind of recommend, right? So the Wrath of the Northmen is kind of like what we were doing. This is basically where we were, literally. We weren't upland, but we weren't the Duke of Shelland, so they do get a little bit more terrain in this version. But this would have been our start last time. So all these are somewhat related. The Great Adventurers is more about some really interesting, disparate peoples. So we've got all the way down, this little blip in Africa. Looks really fun. I had to pick a different map here. We got the Count of Montague, Anjou. Child difficulty, that is child difficulty. That's probably why difficulty hard right off the bat. And we can go over here to Turkey. No, Hungary, yeah. The Hungarian tribes. That is but a child. Hard mode. That's Romania. I don't know where I am, chat. Hang on. Oh. Well, the thing is, Africa's throwing me off here. Because it's like just inside of Europe. So when I see that, my brain freaks out. You're so good at geography, Etal. That's okay. All I need to do is paint the map really good. Can you not pick any dude? Yeah, well, we'll get into that. Just slow down. And then we've got France. So, who you want to be in France? The king. You can be Lotharingia, East France, Bavaria, and then Italy. Or play as any ruler, and then that's probably what we're going to end up doing. That's Ohio. That is Ohio. And then you get the map, which I think is hugely improved. I really like how artistic it is. I like that it's on a wooden table with the little krakens and sea dragons and stuff down here off of India. And then you've got like... I think it would be kind of interesting to play where like modern day UAE is. Somewhere down here. Maybe, you know, go Saudi Arabia if you want. Jump into Northwest Africa would be kind of cool. We play... Okay, so let's just do this. We played this last time. Also, it kind of transitions as you zoom in to the 3D, so that's pretty cool. Go all the way down and see, like, the trees. See the little robin nests with their eggs in there. So, like, back in 867, I don't know if you guys knew this, but there were these giant birds that have gone extinct over the last 1,200 years or so, and that's represented historically in this game. Now, since we played here, I'm probably going to avoid this area. But I don't have to. It would be kind of interesting. It would be kind of interesting. Hey, she's the worst. I'm drinking your coffee, by the way. It's very good. I like the joke. Thank you. You may be the only one. It would be interesting to do the same start and see how wildly different it is in Crusader Kings 3 over 2, but I think we all want a change of scenery. She's the worst. Beans! I think we'd all like a change of scenery. Look, I could have made the joke that this was a pretzel, but I didn't. Okay? Are you proud? This is what a lurker looks like, who posts one message in the lifespan of their account, and it's an incorrect backseat. That's what they look like. It's one of you out there. I know it is. We could also start in, like, I noticed that right off the bat, there's a lot of Eastern...
This stream is sponsored by viewers like
realms. We got a couple filters as well that'll help us out, so check this out. So I'm not covering any of this up, am I? No. We could sort by empire. If you want to see where the de jure empires are, and you think, you know what, it would be cool to create Tibet. The Empire of Tibet. That might be cool. Okay, well, maybe you want to then switch back to realm mode and pick something in here and start working at that. Alternatively, maybe we want to pick based on religion and faith, so we can sort by faith right at the beginning. I think it would be fun to do something other than a Catholic start. However, it is Crusader Kings, so it's going to have, you know, probably a slight edge towards all that, because that is going to be the primary basis for Western Europe here.
Sponsored by viewers like
But there's a lot of really cool choices. And then we can sort by duchy titles, which is a little too detailed for what we need right now, and then kingdom titles, which would be one step down from empires. So if we knew, for example, we wanted to be the King of Finland, you could then go in here and then see that eventually maybe Finland becomes the Empire of Scandinavia if you're good. But so the filters are just much easier now for me to get an idea of what I might work towards in the future. You know what I mean? So chat, because you are the audience, I am going to let you decide vaguely which area we start in, okay? I'm going to use click maps, and I'm going to let you guys click a heat map area of which side you would like us to have a campaign, and then I'll pick the specifics, okay? So I'm going to leave this on probably Empire title, just so that you probably have a better idea of what's what if I leave it on this. And then I'm going to let chat choose the general area, and then I'll pick the specifics. Wait, is this character creation? Yes, basically. We don't really create a character so much as choose one.
Sponsored by viewers like
Error.
So, click maps will be enabled as soon as I pop this out. Okay, you should be able to click your screen now. Campaign for your choice in chat. All you gotta do is mouse over the screen, click, and bubbles will appear based on where people are choosing. So, vote with people, vote against people. Wow, look at this spread. Everyone wants to go somewhere else. That's cool, though. I'm glad you guys aren't just, like, obsessed with one hyper-popular area. Liuda, what are you monka-essing? Are you monka-essing? Is chat trying to choose, like, the hardest possible start? It's okay. You don't have to win the game by painting the entire map. The click map can't decide what to show. It's doing a good job. I think I can tell. All right, chat. Come on, click your screens. We need something to have a clear winner in the next few seconds, so that we can I can narrow it down from there and look and see which families look the most interesting. Lurkers rise up. I'm clicking as hard as I can. All right, I think Siberia is winning with a very clear margin. Are you guys doing that just because you think it's going to be that difficult? All right, I respect your vote. I'm going to choose somewhere in Siberia. However, I would have preferred Mongolia or Tibet. So nobody, or, yeah, somewhere in there would have been probably my choice. So second place is Tibet, tied with Abyssinia, which also would have been cool. Would have been on, but a little too close to Egypt, where we were before. All right, memers, you want a Siberia start? Okay, I'll probably be the only streamer, oh, maybe even content creator who will honor that, so let's go. Okay, hang on, how do I turn click maps off? This is what you've done to me. The problem, listen, you picked it, you better be sticking around after stream 1. In that case, okay, because you made me do this. All right, click maps has been hidden. Mom, we have Mongolia, Tibet at home. Marry into an actually interesting place. Siberia is interesting. You know why it's interesting? Because we're right next to the Mongol hordes. Which leads me to my next gameplay idea that I need to share with you. So I'm going to hide from the screen here. Down here on game rules, check this out. This is the only thing that I looked at. We have a series of some familiar choices here. You might recognize a menu that looks like this from Crusader Kings 2. On this list, there is, in fact... I thought that isn't there a Mongol invasion? Did I pass it already? Yep, Mongol invasion. They invade around the year 1200. Unless... Right, Simcopter? Where are you? Do the meme. You set a random date. The Mongols will invade at a random date. Hi, Chat and Talks. What's up, Juan Meme? So we're going to set Mongol invasion to random. Obviously. Let's go to the top here. Difficulty normal, which, as far as the game is concerned, is actually hard mode, I guess. Because there isn't anything above that. We're going to play normal. And if we lose, we lose. It's all good. Exclave Independence. I'm going to leave this on the default of significant. Because I will be honest with you, I'm trying to understand what it even means. They'll be removed on succession unless connected via a naval path or part of a de jure territory. Be removed entirely on succession or limited. I don't know. Chad, tell me what it should be on. I'm going to leave it on the default one. Murder schemes on, disease
This
on.
stream is sponsored by viewers like you.
Error.
We're going to leave default on equality, default on heresies, random
This
Mongol
stream is
invasion.
sponsored by
Okay, I'm
viewers
going to
like
have to
you.
mute that.
Error.
Thank you for your subs. I do appreciate you. Casus Belli, we're going to leave on default. Culture conversion speed, yes. Faith conversion, yes. Diplomatic range, same. End date, default. De jure requirement. Titles with de jure will eventually be destroyed if a character holds no land of the title within their realm. The player's primary title will never be destroyed. Oh, I kind of like this.
This stream is sponsored by viewers like you.
Error.
There's a lot of errors going on. You know what? It's probably that last Windows update. I had to do that last night, and my computer really wasn't the same this morning when I turned it back on. It took 30 minutes to boot. it redid all my apps and stuff, and then I started hearing these repeating robot sounds. So basically, this lets you, there were situations in Crusader Kings 2 where the different characters were basically holding on to titles long enough where they could hold them for hundreds of years sometimes until someone usurped them. But in this case, they will eventually be destroyed if you don't hold any territory. Like, automatically. Maybe that did happen previously and I just don't remember it happening. But it'd be cool if there was like a... I hope there's a pop-up or notification for it. Custom kingdoms are allowed. Huh. So you can just make up your own. Interesting. I like it. Most landed historical characters with no recorded family will have a spouse and up to 3 children generated. This reduces the risk of an early game over. Early game over would be kind of funny, though. With no recorded family. Chat, what do you think? I don't know. Off? That seems... I feel like that might actually just rush to game over. Will you be doing Iron Man? Maybe self-imposed, as long as it's not if something bad happens due to not understanding a entire mechanic, we'll see. All for AI only. Yeah, it only applies to characters with no recorded family at all. Let's do on... But it basically has nothing to do with dying early because of RNG wouldn't be fun. You still die with RNG. That doesn't stop that. All it does is if there's a family member in your line that doesn't have any recorded family, they will be automatically generated a spouse and up to 3 children for them. You can still play as them, get married, and have a kid. Let's do AI only. All right. Same-sex relations, default. Sexuality distribution, default. Faith acceptance, default. Randomized faiths, off. Random ruler placements, off. Now, they let you customize whatever you want, chat. If you want everything to be inverted, you can. If you want bisexuality to be the most common trait in the entire world in 867, go for it. You can choose whichever one you want and make it the new standard of time. You can also make same-sex relations accepted by all faiths. You can make your own faiths in this game, I believe. So it's really just up to you how much you want to RP. Asexuality run would lose so fast. Yeah, I don't think that would be a super long playthrough. But it would be entertaining. Sexuality is shunned by all churches and peoples. That's like its own apocalyptic scenario. You just have to be the last person standing at that point. That would just be like Hunger Games, except it'd be like the thirst games. You know what I mean? Who can be the least thirsty? Okay. Randomized faith. Let's have that off as well. Random ruler placement also off. I'm going RP run because I want to compare this to my last playthrough and see what's possible. You can still be all these things as your character in the game. It just shapes how the AI like views them in terms of modifiers and stuff for the time period, obviously. So, Siberia, huh? Okay, let's pick. Anywhere in Siberia. So let me look at kingdom titles. Yugra, Sibir, and Ob. I kind of want to be the kingdom of Ob. I like that. Maybe we have to pick in Ob. Now, inside of Ob, ooh, we have the Kyrgyz Khaganate. I don't want to start as a mega place. I want to
This
start.
stream is sponsored by viewers like you.
Error.
I want to start as a weenie, and if we lose, we'll start over. Okay, because it's fun to see different areas. I don't mind losing. This is not terrain that anybody claims. Maybe we'll start as Narim, right on the edge. That's out of bounds. A 2-stroke penalty. We could also do Vazhugan, who is a tiny little single province. Tartus. And who else is inside of this? Oh, Siberia's big. We could do whatever we want there. All right, let's just take a look at who we're starting with, shall we? Chieftain Saitek of Narim. Look at these new icons. New art, new tooltips. I like it. Deceitful. Diplomacy -2, intrigue +4, and even tells you a lot more detail about what they like and dislike. Lustful. Familiar fertility buffs. Intrigue and seduction scheme powers. His carnal desires burn hot in his core. And he is also wrathful. Oof. Deceitful, wrathful, lustful. Very evil, like, start to our playthrough. Potentially. Tengri Faith. So that we actually have a very interesting decision here, because we got Tengri, and then we've got Pagan. Suo Minusko. We started as Pagan previously, but we weren't Suo Minusko, I don't think. And we weren't that for very long.